overall, I think gentrification is good, honestly. I think that to take an area, improve an area, raise its value, I think is genius, is beautiful. But it's the diabolical side of it, where, like you said, the social engineering, the community engineering, taking the organic, going against the organic grain so much that it rips the people away from what they're used to, like a scab, those type of things. That's the negative side. But if there's organic growth and there's community and there's development, I think that's the way that we're going to evolve as a society. We can't be quarantined, and our too much of anything is extreme.
Yeah, no doubt.
So if you got too many of the same type of people living amongst each other all the time, you're not going to evolve. So to be able to bring in a different demographic of people that see value in the area, that see value not only in the area but also in its people. Yeah. And that's the true gentrification.
But they don't see value in the people.
Well, they don't see value in the people at all, and you have a hatred for the people. That's when it's a problem, because it's going to affect the way that you invest and the way that you live, and it'll cause a hostile environment if everybody's not living in harmony.
Well, I mean, the thing is that if you like you said, if you create scenarios to where as though the people now fall into behaviors that now you can justify how you treat them. So if you turn somebody, you make the situation so drastic that they have to be animalistic to survive, of course, then you can now justify coming in there, cleaning them out, oppressing them and stuff like that. But my thoughts on gentrification is this. Gentrification is cool if the natives benefit from it, the people that was already there. It's cool without that. I mean, obviously on economics stand front. And you're right. I like the fact that now I can come into these neighborhoods and go to a cafe and I see different people and I can talk to different people and stuff like that. But sometimes it's sad because you walk 2 blocks over and you see the situation is totally drastically different. It's like, dang, wow, you just walked out of sunlight to shade. That's kind of like, you clearly see I don't know if you want to say discrimination or what word to use there, but
it's a contrast.
You clearly see a contrast. And one thing I've learned is that gentrification, people are moving back into the area. And I'm not blaming the people moving into the area, because obviously I doubt many of them know their plan and what's behind it all.
Yeah.
I doubt they really know. So it's
a consumer base.
It's a consumer base. It has nothing to, with that. And sometimes people mix that together.
Right.
They mad at the newcomers, like they just moving into a neighborhood.
Exactly.
They don't know.
Apartments online like everybody else.
And then they walk down the street and they're not really against you anyway. They just living in the neighborhood. They like, hey, what's up? They want to be kind of friendly to you, but sometimes your reaction may not be super friendly, and then you're knocking them over the head anyway. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that's not the case. But I think gentrification can really work if while you're building a neighborhood up, you see, okay, let's help these public schools around here too. Because we're not just going to, it's too big to move everybody out.
Or could there be something in the tax plan?
Can we, to shift money here and shift money there and shift money there?
Right.
Or because the reality is that most people, if you give them options, they're going to take the option that's better. Most people. Now you have people that just don't want to do anything in their life. Those people need to sweep them out. But most people, if you make the school better teachers, and you make the living situation better as you gentrify the neighborhood. You help tax breaks, and you bring in the same tax breaks to where maybe they can get some repairs done on their house, paint their house. Now you can make them more accountable and responsible because the neighborhood's changing. So okay, this is what we're gonna do. This area now, 12 o'clock. He under 18, they got to be in the house. Gentrification shouldn't just bring the benefit to the people moving in. It should also bring the benefit to the people living there.
Exactly.
And make them accountable and responsible the same way that you're making the newcomers accountable and responsible. Now granted, the education, they come from different educational backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, but nobody's too far gone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if you're not doing that, then it's just another way of just.
And who are we talking about? We're talking about youth.
Yeah.
That aren't being, that don't have any. They're not being stimulated. There's no programs. It has to be some type of trickle down, because it is a trickle down.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about youth or we're talking about delinquent, elders, maybe, drug addicts. Like when we first opened the store, somebody broke in the first couple weeks, and it was probably some heroin addict early morning, needed to get it fixed, thought, seeing something shiny or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't realize what we were really doing in here. But he broke the window, and I noticed that, cars, are getting broken into and things like that. And I'm like, all right, those things are coming from, people that are clearly outside and they don't have anything to do. They're derelicts. There may be some drug activity going on, drug addicts going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the other side of that are youth that need jobs, that need education, that needs a mentoring.
And gentrification not bringing no jobs.
And that's what I had always hoped for. That new businesses coming in, new apartments coming in, new development coming in, and instead of the person on the corner selling drugs to the person that's moving in to the new neighborhood.
Yeah, because they buying drugs from the boy on the corner.
Yeah, no, instead of that, no, the guy in the corner is being diverted to a better alternative to earn and take care of himself. And because he's from the neighborhood, he has the first right of refusal for those type of opportunities. But that comes from community engagement. And, so overall, I just, that's my thoughts and my feelings.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a right or wrong answer to it.
No.
Because we're in a capitalist society.
Yeah, it is what it is.
People invest, they spend their money, you pay for what you want out here, and you got to pay to play. So if you want to spend your money on your body and you don't want to invest in your real estate, that you can only blame yourself. And that's me speaking to a lot of my peers who look back and, I was there when it was $1. I was there. It's like, all right, yeah, but
I tell people like
running
this.
around buying all of the, all the hot stuff.
With gentrification, we have to say this, and I know I always go into history, but history will have you understand the situation a lot better. We've been gentrified since 1492. So gentrification means people from outside the community move into the community and get a home base there. That's what it is. And they bring their culture, their thing, and then it blights out or blocks out the original culture that was there. That's what it is. And I think we need to understand that. We start looking into the etymology of these words and the origin of these words. What does this word mean? Gentrification. And where did it come from? Because then you understand exactly what they're doing. But like Jamestown, Virginia, when they came in there, that was the Powhatan land. The Negro Indians, if you want to call them that, whatever. But they were there. What's the name? Pocahontas' father, her tribe, which she was a Tamika. She was a Shaniqua, without a shadow of a doubt. And they came in there.
And they used to tease, girls would get teased, for having names like that,
Yeah.
And they will, you can't get a job with a name like that.
But those names like Shamika and Tamika and those things like
even
that.
Aisha.
They indigenous names of the country. Those syllables, Ikwa, Ika. Those are syllables from the indigenous people. That's why we name ourselves that.
Wow.
I'm not talking about the Arabic names like Khalil. I'm talking about Tamika, Shaniqua.
Because that's what we replaced the Taniqua, Shaniqua for the Arab names,
But these
Islam.
names are already prominent in our culture before the invasion of the European. So what I'm saying is that if you, back to gentrification, when the Powhatan, they came in, started Jamestown. That's gentrification. Then what happened up north in the Massachusetts when they came up in there, called New England, New York, New Jersey. That's gentrification. You come in, you set up camp, and then you spread out from there. And you push the culture out. Okay? And then when they fight back and when they snap back, they're savages. They're criminals. Just like they do us here.
They're insurgents.
They're insurgents. Oh, how are you an insurgent in your own neighborhood? So now they say, it's a crime problem. Oh, they knocked us over the head. Well, you moved in here to a depleted neighborhood, and you have no respect for the people there or the culture. And then when they strike back because they're desperate and they want to take back something, they're savages. And I'm not condoning the behavior of robbing somebody. I'm saying it's the same cops and cowboy Indians.
Yeah, cause and effect.
Right?
Cause and effect.
So you see gentrification. When William Penn, they called it Pennsylvania, Penn's Wood. How you going to come gentrify something to the point where now you calling Penn's Wood? That was the name of the place? So now they call it Brewery Town East. Now they call it this. Now they call it that. See, it's the same cycle over and over and over again. And that's the bottom line. And so, like I tell people all the time, you got to look at history. This is not new. Gentrification ain't new. They let us sit here, squat here for a minute. Then they came in And we're more powerless than we were when they first got here. Now I have no ability to do anything at this point. They just come in, buy up, and push you out. So, but the point I'm making, the gentrification isn't new. Okay? So, that's just my thoughts on that, man. And I hope people benefit from it. But we got to, inshallah, man, just look at it and try to... Education, man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Iqra. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it important about ilm, knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Seek it into the cradle to the grave. And understand what's going on around you so you can implement and understand it better and implement what you need to implement on that particular thing, what you need to implement on it. If you don't know the reality of it, how are you going to cure it? Or even attempt to cure it?